Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good weekend? It seems like all the weekends are so quick to go by. I have not been live, excuse me, since I don't think Thursday or Friday, and I apologize, guys. But me and Lady have been behind the scenes working on Devlin's case. Um, it's got a lot of twists and turns, I do believe. Also, um, it's been pretty easy but hard also because there's so many twists and turns with it and what ifs, and we don't know all our information. We don't have all our receipts just yet on that case. So we're working on Devlin's case. We'll continue to do that, but I want to talk about Sebastian today. I feel like we haven't had Sebastian in the limelight for a while now, and I know there's no really new information except for a few things from at night. But I want to go ahead and get my hellos said. Come on in, come on in. Appreciate everyone being here today. Been a busy weekend for me. Hello, me and you. Excuse me. Hello, Don Emery. Me and you. Thank you for sending me emails. I appreciate everyone in my chat, and I appreciate people that do send emails. It helps me to kind of stay a little organized. Chuchi does a lot too. I appreciate that. Appreciate you mods and everyone that is here today. Dawn Emery. Let's see. Daisy Duke. Hello. Leslie, keeping it real. I love that name. That is an awesome name. Kathy Gordon, come on in. See, y'all been chatting a lot. I appreciate that. I think it's great to have the community to chat. And yes, like Kathy says, please make sure you hit the thumbs up and keep me in the algorithm. Let's see here. I'm going on down. And I think Kathy asked also, when I start getting members, what am I going to call you guys? What am I going to call you? Well, we'll probably take a vote. We have Kiki Crew. I don't want to stay away from that. Kiki Squad, Kiki Fam, Kiki Tribe. I think we might go with Kiki Fam. I don't know. I kind of like that. We can name mamas, daddies, papaws, mammals, cousins, all that. That's kind of cute. The Kiki Collective, Kiki Investigators, Kiki Detectives, Kiki Case Files. Kind of like that too. So let's see who all's coming in. We may have some new people or some people in the bush. Kimberly Brummett, hello. Rhonda D. Winter, hello. I like to say hello to everyone. YouTuber is here, hello. Chuchi, hello. Let's see. I don't want to miss anyone. Grace Paris. Grace Paris is here to keep me straight, y'all. That's my mom. She's going to keep me straight. Make sure I don't have to go in the corner with my juice box. TJ, hello, dear. Hope you are feeling better. Lisa King, hello. Going on down. Victoria, hello. Let's see. We got 31 in chat, guys. Let's go down. And I said Victoria. Let's see. Hello, Kimberly. Linda Hall, hello. Teresa Stott, hello. Y'all been chatting a lot. I gotta scroll. Hello, Seclusion. Come on in. Bonjour. You're sick of testing. I don't blame you. Hello, Joseph. Joseph looks new. I haven't ever seen him. Hello, Joseph Rapp. Let's see here. Going down, going down. Okay, I think we're caught up. Kiki's Loose. That's a cute name. That is cute. Let me write that down. Kiki's Loose. All right. Guys, I want to talk about Sebastian, but I'm also going to talk about the car show in Pigeon Forge this weekend that happened. And we are going to talk about Kenneth. She doesn't like Ken. I like that too. We're going to also talk about Kenneth Wayne DeHart Jr. That was a case in Blount County where he alleged, and it's on police cam. Actually, I played that. But everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and we do not convict anyone. We are not the court of law, okay? And but he allegedly shot a police officer and another. But one of those Kiki's minions, that's cute. One of the officers did pass away on that, and it's a sad situation, guys. Very sad. Hello, Charlene. Come in, come in. I'm drinking my coffee, guys. Me and Grace Bears may have to take a trip to see some hearings soon, and the convictions and different things of different shows, different cases. I'm going to get out and start doing that. Yes, Joseph, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope you get to know everyone. We are full of women, but we do have some men in here also. Two that you're wanting to be at. I have pumpkin cocoa. We decided as a family, guys, to have a pumpkin night. We're going to carve pumpkins, paint pumpkins. I used to do a lot of painting of pumpkins and make them into like Olaf, the snowman off of Elsa and all that. Made I think it was a A&W root beer one time. I'm going to have to put those pictures up and show you guys. I try to be crafty when I have time, but now that I'm doing the online PI school, I'm limited on time, and then all these cases too. But we're going to have a pumpkin night. We're going to drink some pumpkin lattes, and one of my family members wants pumpkin soup. Have y'all ever had pumpkin soup? I have never had pumpkin soup, but we will see how that goes. I'm going to rest. What about Kiki's pumpkin sluice during Halloween? Yeah, we could do that, pumpkin sluice. So we'll go ahead and call y'all Kiki's pumpkin sluice for Halloween. How's that? Okay. So we're going to do that one night, and I think that's going to be a blast with my family. Let's see here. Pumpkin stew with the boys. Really, Grace? I didn't know that. Okay, we're going to get started, guys. I am going to put up, let's see here. I'm going to put up our disclaimer, fair use disclaimer, because we are going to use some videos today. At times, the channel may make use of copyrighted material. And remind me to turn on my music because I got to get in a habit of doing that. This is for commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, and education, teaching, and or scholarship only. We are not the court of law. We are not blaming anyone. We do not go after anyone that we talk about in this channel. Okay? Hello, Mama. Come on in. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see here. Where to start? Let's start with Sebastian, guys. Okay? And I'll put up the channel that I'm speaking of. And I think this is a TikTok that someone sent me. And guys, I know that I came later on in the Sebastian Rogers case, okay? Sebastian Rogers, he is a 15-year-old boy that went missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 25th, 2024. He was last seen on camera at Texas Roadhouse, okay? That is the last known proof of life as we know, in my opinion. Don't know if he did not make it home. His mother, Katie Proudfoot, said that he did make it home and that all doors were locked and he disappeared from his home. Leslie, is it your birthday? Oh my gosh. Happy birthday. No, Kathy, October 23rd. Okay, well, I got to get a birthday song together. I actually have a friend that, hey, GA64, I have a friend that writes music, and I need him to make me a happy birthday song. So that way it's original. I think that would be kind of cool. But Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has been missing for a long time, folks. A long time. There's a lot of stories out there, a lot of misconceptions, misconstrued stories. We try to speak truth. So let's see. Let's get this going. What I was saying was, have you guys, and if you've been in the true crime community, you probably have heard that there was allegations that Sebastian was made to sleep in the garage at some point, and that was alleged. If you heard that, please put a 1 in chat. I had heard that, but I never heard this TikTok. Charlene, I do not have a membership link yet. I think it's 600 more viewing hours, and then they will send me I'll be able to apply to be monetized. I apologize for that. If you guys do, it's not necessary, but if you do want to send me a Cash App, then that would be fine. So, Grace, you said you've heard that, but it is not confirmed. Okay. I don't really push my Cash App or nothing. I have to have my mods telling me, hey, you need to put your Cash App up. You need to put this up and that up. I'm not used to this. I mean, it does cost like monthly fees to do the streaming and all that. But, I don't push it. If you guys don't have the money, you don't have to do anything. It's not expected, okay? If you want to, that's fine. That's fine. Christmas is coming up, and I'll put the money back to buy presents, guys. I just like coming here and talking, I like talking, and I like trying to figure out things that others may have not noticed. Does that make sense? I like to try to help these kids, guys. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and I'll put up first. Let's get music. We need music, right? Well, I'll start the music after we get this going, okay? Let's see here. TikTok. Want you to watch this. Love you too, me and you. And we will do the drawing once I'm at those 600 views, guys. I'm going to do a drawing for a gift card. Usually I do a $25 gift card. We do drawings often when I hit my, landmarks in YouTube. So I want to give you guys gifts also. Okay, let's get this going. Let's see. I'm going to have to add it to my screen. This is horrible, and this is going to be trigger warning, guys, okay? This is going to be, hang on, I got to get my banner up. Sorry. This is going to be Nurse Mama Jill on TikTok. I'm not sure if there's a link for her or not, but I am giving her credit for this video. And we're going to turn some music on so that way you can hear the music. If it's too loud, y'all tell me. I want to hear. Here we go. Let's get trigger warning. Yes. Okay, let's get going on that.
Engagement was not because of the belt whipping. It actually has to do with the mattress. All right, Chloe, this is a lot.
Yeah, this is.
So, Chris took his mattress, Sebastian's, out of his room because he said, I'm sick of smelling piss, and put it in the garage. When Sebastian was talking about how he sleeps in the garage at school, CPS showed up and they actually asked the neighbors, have you seen this? Help me out here, Chloe, because it's a lot for me to digest.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to even take in. Yeah, he asked, they asked other people and they confirmed, and a neighbor we talked to confirmed that he was made to sleep in the garage, and he had heard him yelling about smelling piss, is his words. And, we all know that it was very cold there the night that he went missing. And think about the other nights leading up to that through the whole winter that he was made to sleep out there. And what child who, I would believe I would be scared in that situation to live with a man like that. And I could understand, if a child has disabilities and certain things that, accidents can happen.
Now that he's older, at least, he gets up in the middle of the night and he comes in and gets snacks and, the dogs don't even bark at him because he shushes them and they know him, but he comes in and gets snacks and,
Sunday, the day before he went missing, we got up and, fun fact, I made breakfast that morning. We had a good time. We were laughing, we were joking. He talked to family on the phone during breakfast to brag. We went and picked up our niece.
This time.
Yeah, I got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn. Came home to put groceries away because we bought snacks because, he's 15. snacks. We went to the bowling alley, and then from there we went to dinner. Came home. He took out the trash.
So, guys, I've never seen that video. Let me turn this music off. Get on my nerves. I've never seen that. TJ, I want to thank you so much for sending me a Cash App. You are too sweet. That is so sweet. That is my first one. I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yes, that gosh, hello, Civil Death. Come on in. I remember you the other night in Lady Freedoms. Come on in. Welcome. But thank you, TJ. You deserve so much too. All my mods do. Yes, I haven't seen that before either. Makes me cry. Hello, Sandy. Hello. Come on in. All you newbies, come in. Come in. Sandy's been in here before. But yes, that's horrible, guys. If that is the truth, if there's truth behind that, guys, that he had to sleep. Hey, Megan Ellis, come on in. He had to sleep on a mattress that he had accidents on in the garage. Oh my gosh. It just makes me so sick to my stomach, because I'm telling you guys, if any of you guys have had kids, thank you so much for saying you appreciate my work. I try really hard, guys. Sometimes I work 4 and 5 hours, setting up till 3 o'clock in the morning, me and Lady chatting, or I'm on her lives, we're trying to work together. But yeah, YouTuber, I've never heard about that he talked about that in school either. I've never heard that. But that's so sad. If you've had kids, guys, little ones, that's had accidents, what do? You clean the mattress, you try to keep them asleep, you sanitize the mattress if you got a machine, like I have, because I'm OCD. You try to suck it up, or you have a mattress cover. You buy a zipper mattress cover, Thank y'all so much. You're about to make me cry seeing I do great work. It's only because you guys can help out so much too. I really appreciate y'all. But mattress covers, yes, that zip up, anything. Why would he be punished for having accidents, guys? If that's the way it went, why would Sebastian have to have punishment because of that? That is sick in the head, in my opinion. Just get him up. Be a mom, Katie, Proudfoot. Get him up. Don't let the stepdaddy treat him the way he's treating him. You get him up. You help him clean up. Even if he is older. You hand him a towel and a rag. You hand him the soap. Go take a shower. Go wash off. I'll clean your bed. Accidents happen like that with kids, and especially with him having autism, or if there was another underlying cause that, I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, that's what's sick too, in my opinion. But, you just clean it up as a mother, and you help your child, or as a father. But Chris was not a father, in my opinion. Seth was the father, and I'm sure Seth would have done that for him if he had had accidents at his home. And you get it, you Lysol the bed, put a towel on it, make the bed, and you get them back to sleep. once you have kids, you raise them, folks. You don't just turn your back and say, here, fend for yourself. You raise your children. Yes, I have one as well. I have bladder issues stemming from my back issues. Yeah, people have all kinds of health issues that can cause problems like that. Okay? And you learn to help with those issues, not just throw a mattress in a garage and say go sleep on it. It's terrible when they get driven or bullied, especially for a mother or father of a child that struggles. Yes, civil death. Oh, sickening. But you be a parent. Parents, be parents. Grandparents, be grandparents. So we're going to move forward. It's just, I get so emotional and so tore up over Sebastian's case because it's just uncalled for. The things that we have heard, the things I hear between Sebastian and Devlin's case, guys. Charlene says, I may have to go behind my daughter back and open up cash. Oh, Charlene, don't, honey, don't. You don't worry about that. You just wait until you can. No big deal. But, you take care of your children. I'm so flippin' sick of these mamas that do not take care of their kids or these dads. People need to be kind. The world could do more with love. Amen, civil death. Amen. Love one another. Charlene, don't you worry about it, honey. You just enjoy the show. I'm not here for that anyways. I appreciate it, but I'm here for these babies, these kids. So let's move forward because at night did release a video on Facebook 2 days ago. And if we don't get to these other cases, that's fine. I'll do something another day, on the cars or KENNETH. My concentration today is Sebastian. Okay. And yes, when I get memberships, guys, I will let you know. And I'll do different levels. I think you can do different levels. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm going to study into it. Lord, lady wanted me to live stream when I was on her stream last night and the night before, and I couldn't figure it out. So I said, I'll just come on yours and I'll share. If y'all could just hit that like button on hers and in my shows and let us grow, that's what I appreciate, guys. I really appreciate it. I've got to hit those 600 watch hours. And I'll have memberships, and we'll have some music, and we're going to have a happy birthday. But at night, released something that I thought was very interesting. They released a video, and I meant to also pull up. Okay, yeah, I've got the word put up too. Let me find this video. Yes, we want to be on Summer's case also. Yes, Grace, I studied 4 hours the other day, 4 hours on one interview of Dawn's. Okay, I know it's crazy, but I think we need to really, really listen to the interviews. Summer will not be forgotten at all. Okay, so hang on, let's pull this screen up. Let's see here. Where's that? Where's it at? Make sure I got the right one, guys. That's the car one. Okay, let's see here. Okay. At night shared this with us. Let's watch this video real quick. I'm going to give them credit. Or is that the words? That's the words. Okay, hang on. I'm going to read this to you guys. Got to pull it up on screen. I may not be able to see it like this. Let's pull it up bigger. Ooh, okay. I don't know how I done that. I am big. Hang on, let's go. Okay. Can't see chat right now, guys. It says, for immediate release at night, One World announced multi-states boots on the ground operation in Sebastian Rogers' case. Fort Worth, Texas, October 4th, 2025 at night in One World. Ooh, what did I do to my screen? Hang on. I'll be right back. I'm going to click over so I can see this. Okay. At night, and One World Rapid Response today announced they have secured key organizational support to launch a significant boots on the ground operation in the search for missing teenager Sebastian Rogers. This new phase will deploy specialized teams to Mississippi and Kentucky for targeted evidence searches. Right there, guys, it says targeted evidence searches. In my opinion, that means allegedly there is evidence. We know there's evidence, in my opinion. The operation is the accumulation of 13 months of dedicated cyber intelligence work connected by at-night specialists, combined with extensive case files provided by teams who have been assisting since the investigation began. The primary focus of this deployment is to search for artifacts of a crime and potential leads related to worst-case scenarios. This strategic effort runs parallel to the ongoing work of other partner teams who continue to vigorously pursue and clear leads to ensure Sebastian is not being held captive. The operational environment has been complicated by a recent influx of scams, including a ransom demand from Mexico, as perpetrators attempt to exploit the ongoing search. The leg of the search will take what our cyber specialists gathered and put into physical action. The spokesperson for the joint operation stated, while other teams work to clear leads that could bring Sebastian home safely, our mission is to exhaust every possibility and search for evidence, no matter how grim the scenario. The operational security integrity of the effort. The search teams will not be coordinating with the public. All activities will be conducted in direct coordinates with state law enforcement agencies and their respective district attorney offices in relevant states. The entire search will be documented by professional film crews to maintain a precise record of the operation and to showcase the magnitude of the resources being deployed. More details will be made available as the search ignites. So that is good news in my opinion, guys. Maybe we're moving forward with Sebastian. Maybe we are moving forward. What? Okay, hang on. Grace, what trouble are you causing? What trouble's Grace causing in the chat? I'm playing. She don't ever cause trouble. You're fine, Linda Hall. You can replay, honey. You can replay. Have a great day, Linda. I'll have to read my chat also, or have Grace fill me in on what you're doing, Grace. DJ, you keeping Grace straight. Okay, let's see here. Y'all are funny. Let's see. Boy, I sounded country then, didn't I? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to play this video. Here's my video. I read to y'all, but now I'm going to try to play this video if this is what it is. Okay, let's see here. Yes, this is the at night video. We're going to have to turn this up. I'm going to have to restart it. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Let's see. Let's pause it. Let's push play. And this is at night. This is at night on Facebook.
Sebastian, who you'll remember as 15, has high-functioning autism, and vanished from Hendersonville, Tennessee back in February 2024.
Yeah, and by the time At Night stepped in, that was September 2024, the case had been cold for, well, 6 months. I mean, think about it. Huge efforts initially, like 2,000 searchers, drones involved, FBI, TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, but they were hitting dead ends. Really, the only big news by August was the FBI putting up a $50,000 reward. That kind of showed how badly they needed new information.
Right. And that's when At Night comes in, hired by Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers. And they didn't just join the search, did they? Their approach was different, aggressive maybe?
Definitely different. Right off the bat, September 4th, they made a splash. They partnered with Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman, for that instant media attention.
A big name recognition there.
Exactly. And crucially, they tackled the money aspect. They matched the FBI's $50,000, doubling the total reward fund. Now it's $100,000. So boom, big spotlight, big incentive right away.
But it wasn't just about headlines and cash, because this case, like so many others now, was drowning in online noise. You mentioned a misinformation crisis.
Oh, absolutely. They identified that immediately as a major hurdle. They couldn't just search. They had to protect the information flow first. So they publicly acknowledged getting death threats, which is intense. And they actually launched a counterintelligence probe into this online persona, SF Investigates.
A counterintelligence probe.
Yeah.
In a missing person case.
Yeah, to basically shield any real tips from being buried or discredited by all the online chaos and, frankly, sabotage. They saw the digital battleground as critical.
Okay, so that digital fight connects directly to what they did in October. And this part is really unexpected. They filed a civil lawsuit using the RICO Act. RICO, like for the mob. How does that apply here?
Well, it's super unconventional, but that was the point. It was strategic. By using a civil RICO claim, they were essentially trying to legally frame the coordinated online harassment and misinformation as an organized criminal effort, a criminal enterprise aimed at obstructing the investigation.
Wow. So going after the systemic disruption, not just individual comments.
Exactly. It was a legal power move to try and neutralize that whole front. And at the same time, they kept pushing publicly, demanding the FBI take the lead role, suggesting local efforts weren't cutting it.
So securing the information space, applying legal pressure, and then November. This is where the actual physical search takes a massive turn, right? Based on the intel they'd gathered and protected.
That's right. All that groundwork paid off. They got new leads that shifted everything. They essentially ditched the idea of him still being lost somewhere in the immediate Tennessee area, the grid search model that hadn't worked for months. The new intelligence pointed towards potential organized transport, maybe even trafficking.
Trafficking, that's a huge leap from a local disappearance. Where did that lead them?
It led them thousands of miles away. They identified specific zones, Oregon, and also New York, significantly near the Canadian border.
Oregon and New York. So how do they act on that? What does that look like on the ground?
They issued what they called a rapid reach notification, basically alerts sent out to towns, ports of entry along that U.S.-Canada border area, and the focus was specific: transient spots, motels, bus stations, places someone being moved might pass through. It signaled clearly they were now treating this as a manhunt, potentially involving abduction and transport, not a search for someone lost nearby.
Okay, so summing up those critical months, Q4 2024. At Night combined celebrity media, a huge financial reward, this really aggressive legal defense against online interference, and then pivoted the whole search based on new intel.
Yeah, it's a fascinating mix. High-profile tactics blended with serious intelligence work and legal fortification. They basically redefined the search parameters entirely, from a localized grid to a targeted international manhunt based on a very specific and grim hypothesis.
It really shows how complex these searches have become, especially with the digital element.
Absolutely. It suggests that maybe the old models aren't enough anymore, especially in high-profile cases that attract so much online activity, both helpful and harmful.
What feels like a really pivotal few months in the Sebastian Rogers case. Specifically, that winter period, November 2024 through January 2025, when At Night PIA was really steering things. Okay, let's unpack this. This wasn't just, standard investigative work. It felt like a major strategic push combined with, fending off some serious attacks.
It really was a kind of dual mission. You hit it right there. On one hand, they had to take this search from just local to potentially international based on their own intelligence. Very different. And at the exact same time, they were basically under siege, dealing with intense harassment, threats, trying to protect the investigation itself. Shows real resilience.
Let's talk about that geographic shift first, because it seems fundamental. They moved way beyond Tennessee, didn't they?
Oh, completely. What's fascinating is how their independent intel led them. It wasn't just expanding the radius. They pinpointed what they called active investigation zones, hundreds, maybe thousands of miles away. We're talking Oregon and parts of New York State, right near the Canadian border.
Oregon and New York. Wow. So that implies a very specific theory.
Exactly. It's strongly suggested they were working on a hypothesis involving potential cross-border movement. Human trafficking was definitely on the table.
And how did they act on that? Operationally, I mean.
Well, they issued these wide-reaching alerts, targeted every single U.S. town, and critically, all ports of entry along the entire U.S.-Canada border.
Not just general alerts, though, right?
No, very specific. They asked law enforcement and others to keep an eye on transient facilities. Think motels, bus stations, places people might move through quickly without leaving much trace.
And that strategic direction got some public backup, too, I recall.
Yeah, it did. People like Dog the Bounty Hunter mentioned it on shows like Vinnie Politan Investigates. That helped keep the pressure on, kept the case visible beyond just Tennessee.
Okay, so the search goes international, or at least binational. But parallel to that, there was this huge financial element.
Absolutely essential. You can't run that kind of expanded operation without resources. The financial campaign was relentless.
Relentless is right. The reward fund increases were pretty rapid.
They were clearly designed to generate leads, keep the story in the news, make it worthwhile for someone, anyone, with information to come forward.
Let's look at the numbers. It jumped by $50,000 on November 4th, right? That brought it to $175,000.
Correct. And then just over a month later, by December 12th, they hit a major milestone.
The $250,000.
$250,000. That's a serious amount of money. It signals intent. It signals desperation, maybe, but also determination.
Okay, here's where it gets, well, darker. As the reward went up, as the investigation seemed to gain ground internationally, the hostility intensified.
It really did. And we're not just talking about online arguments or trolls. This escalated.
Tell us about that. What kind of threats are we talking?
We saw evidence of coordinated online harassment campaigns targeting specific team members. Then came direct death threats. There were even reports, pretty credible ones, of a supposed $100,000 bounty being placed on the investigative team to silence them.
A bounty? That's terrifying. That's direct sabotage territory.
Absolutely. And that forced their hand. They couldn't just ignore that.
So they took legal action.
Yes. In late 2024, they filed for what's called emergency legal relief, basically seeking immediate court protection for their people. This wasn't about lawsuits down the road. It was about stopping immediate harm and preventing the investigation from being derailed by intimidation, protecting the integrity of the whole effort.
And then it spilled right out into the open, didn't it? The most public example.
Yeah, January 19th, 2025.
Right.
A very explicit, very public death threat posted on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
Something like, I will shoot you in the face. Just laid out there.
Exactly that. Unmistakable. But at Knight's response was quite calculated. They didn't back down. Instead, they publicized the threat. It was an act of defiance, really, signaling they wouldn't be intimidated, wouldn't be scared off the case.
So putting this all together, what this deep dive really highlights is an agency juggling two incredibly difficult things at once. They're managing this complex, potentially global intelligence operation, while also fighting off this really vicious, targeted opposition trying to shut them down.
It really raises a crucial question for investigations today, especially high-profile ones. In this era of, constant online noise and information warfare, how vital is that counterintelligence piece?
Yeah.
At night, actively monitoring hostile online groups. You mentioned SF Investigates earlier, trying to sift real intel from deliberate disruption. It's a whole new layer of investigative work.
That's a really key point, protecting the mission itself from bad actors.
And what's key here, looking at the material, is this wasn't things slowing down. Not at all.
No, quite the opposite, it seems.
It was a major, really aggressive push, an escalation designed to, force the issue.
Force the issue and maybe grab headlines again.
Absolutely. Grab attention, compel action. It looks like a two-pronged strategy, really.
Okay. What were the two prongs?
Well, first, massive financial pressure. And second, a big operational move across the border.
All right, let's unpack the money side first. That reward fund, it saw a big jump, didn't it?
It did. February 24th, 2025. Right around that tough 1-year mark.
How much was the increase?
They added $97,000, which is a lot.
$97,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Bringing the total to what?
Took it up to $347,000. And remember, they partnered with Dwayne Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter, on this.
So nearly $100,000 added right on the anniversary.
Yeah.
Why that timing? Why such a big lump sum then?
Well, think about it. It's a statement, a strategic declaration almost.
A declaration, meaning
it's designed to cut through the noise, to say, look, this reward is real, it's huge, and we're serious. It's meant to push someone with information over the edge, you know?
make the risk worth it.
Exactly. And grab that national media spotlight again, show this deep-pocketed commitment.
Okay, so nearly $350,000.
But they didn't stop there.
No, they didn't. Just about a month later, March 29th.
Another increase.
Yep. And even bigger this time. Another $100,000.
Wow. So that pushed the total to?
$447,000.
Yeah.
Almost $500,000 sitting there.
That's applying some serious financial heat.
That's maximum pressure. It shows, one, they have the resources, and two, they're willing to keep applying that pressure, no backing down. One of the biggest private rewards out there for a missing person, I'd imagine.
Definitely up there. Sends a very clear signal.
Okay, so while all this financial pressure is building domestically, something else is happening operationally, right? Something international.
That's right. This is where it gets really interesting. They broadened the scope way beyond Tennessee.
You're talking about the BLO, the Be on the Lookout?
Exactly. Issued March 10th, 2025. It was a precautionary alert.
Precautionary. So no specific sighting.
Correct. They were very clear on that, but it connects to this really grim possibility, the international trafficking hypothesis.
The idea that he might have been moved out of the country by organized networks.
Precisely. It's a scenario they had to consider based on general intelligence about how missing persons cases can sometimes develop, especially involving trafficking networks. So strictly precautionary, but proactive.
Covering their bases for a worst case scenario.
You got it.
And the reach of this alert, it wasn't just vague. It was specific states, right?
Very specific. 4 U.S. states along the border: California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas.
Okay. And then into Mexico.
Yeah. 6 Mexican states specifically chosen: Baja California, Sonora, Chihuahua, Coahuila, Nuevo León, and Tamaulipas.
Why those 10 specifically? That seems very targeted.
Oh, it's absolutely targeted. That's intelligence-led work.
How so?
Those states, both sides of the border, they represent known transit corridors, routes used by these networks.
Oh, okay. So focusing the alert there maximizes the chance someone might actually see something.
Exactly. You alert the officials, the law enforcement, the border agents in those specific high traffic zones and ports of entry. It's efficient. It's smart. Shows a sophisticated approach.
So putting these two pieces together then, the near $500,000 reward, this huge financial lever, and then this incredibly specific, geographically targeted international alert.
Right.
What does that tell us about At Night's strategy during those 2 months, February, March 2025?
Well, I think you called it a strategy of overwhelming force earlier.
Right.
And that feels right.
Yeah, it feels like they were just hitting it hard from every angle.
Completely. They weren't winding down after a year. They were actually dramatically escalating, using both financial muscle and proactive intelligence-based operations.
Setting a new kind of standard, maybe?
Could be. It certainly showed an unwavering resolve. No slowdown, just more pressure.
So the final thought then, for you listening.
Yeah, something to really think about.
When you see a private agency, a non-governmental group, deploy this kind of resource.
Almost $500,000 international intelligence coordination.
How does that change the game? What does it mean for expectations around resources in these long, complex missing persons cases going forward?
It's a big question, isn't it? Something to really mull over. How does that private capability shift the landscape?
But shifting gears quite a bit.
Right.
We're moving away from, the massive search efforts we often hear about.
Yeah.
April and May 2025. Well, they weren't really about boots on the ground.
No, not primarily. It was about transforming sort of an emergency response into something sustainable.
Into a functioning, resilient.
Okay, guys, I'm going to move forward That is very lengthy. You can go on Facebook on at night and listen to that. Yeah, Lisa, I think so too. I think so too. I haven't listened to that whole thing, but I'm gonna keep. I'll do another one on Kenneth Wayne DeHart Jr. later on. I feel like we need to keep our focus on Sebastian, and I want to show you what went down in Pigeon Forge on the weekend. This is crazy, guys. There was a car show by the name of Slimmed Enough. Okay, hang on just a second, guys. Okay, guys. Sorry. Let's see. I hate to keep y'all waiting. Look at what happened in Pigeon Forge. Lordy be. Y'all gotta see this. When they have other car shows, I don't believe it gets this out of hand. But Lord, this is insane. Hang on, guys. Let's see here. Trying to figure out. Hang on. Okay, I'm getting it pulled up on screen. Sorry. My computer's wanting to go slow. Grace says, I need you to get a new laptop. Oh, it's so funny. Well, I want y'all to watch this. It says, interview with police chief of Pigeon Forge. Goes wrong.
All right, so here's what happened. Somebody ran over somebody's foot. Oh. Somebody got in a fight because he got his foot ran over. Okay. So we come in and try to break it up. Right. So they decide we're going to fight the police. So they start fighting the police. Makes Jimmy nervous because Jimmy's like, hey, I just want to shut down. We got too much going on. Can I just maybe just get out of here or whatever? And now nobody knows what's going on. You all don't know what we're doing. You don't know what y'all are doing. We see gas masks, dogs, and everything. It's like we're squaring up for some reason. Ridiculous, you know? Okay. And so the thing is, and on the gas, we think somebody is going to get hurt. Like, for example, the big crowd over there. Yeah. I can't go in and beat 20 people up. That's true. My limit's 15. 15? Yeah. What about 16? So anyway, the gas has to, we can't allow somebody to get the brains bashed in. Right. So we have to have some way to help that person. Okay, so this is more precautionary type of thing. Precautionary. Okay. Okay. You guys doing good? Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Roxy, I did want to go to Pig Fest. Yeah, I wanted to, but I do not have anyone to hold down the household. So it's impossible, actually. I was looking forward to it. And I don't think that's going to be a place that I need to take my family. So I'm just going to stay here until I'm able to have someone to take care of the household. And then I'll be able to travel more. Let's see here. Here is a video from WBIR, guys. Hang on, get it going. Gosh, it started really quick.
Thousands of people showed up to the business after the Slammed Enough car show, with a lot of law enforcement response out of Pigeon Forge after multiple law enforcement agencies responded to Jimmy's Market last night. You can see in this video on your screen, dozens of people showed up to the business after the slammed enough car show, with a lot of law enforcement response as well. Now, in a statement this morning, the city of Sevierville told us it is canceled. They have canceled the rest of the event, saying the decision comes after safety concerns, disturbances to the community, and a strain on county resources. In an Instagram post this afternoon, organizers for the Slammed Enough event say anyone who bought tickets for today will be refunded. The car show was held yesterday at the Sevierville Convention Center. Ahead of the show, authorities in both Sevierville and Pigeon Forge expressed concerns about the car show and warned against parking lot meetups and unsanctioned gatherings. The car show also made this post saying their organization does not in any way condone the actions that happened on the streets last night. The statement goes on to call last night's events an embarrassment to the car community, citing disrespect for law enforcement, private property, and other people. But there's still a lot that we don't know tonight about what actually happened last night. 10 News reporter Avery Gingrich joins us now. And Avery, you spent the day trying to learn more and speaking with people.
Hey, Shane. A little more than an hour ago, Pigeon Forge police say no shots were fired and no tear gas was deployed at the market. They say the show was not sanctioned. In Pigeon Forge and support Sevierville's decision to cancel the final day of the event. According to Pigeon Forge Police Chief Richard Catlett, the owner of Jimmy's Market asked officers to remove this crowd from the market's parking lot. He says the people in the crowd came from the Slammed Enough car show being held nearby. The chief says officers stayed for 15 minutes, then left in order to protect their safety. He says the crowd eventually left.
Well, I think the car community have slammed enough. I think they mean well for the most part, but with any large group like that, you have a small percentage that's going to ruin it for everybody.
Mick Goins manages the Moon Pie General Store next door. Goins says his team closed their parking lot for the entire weekend because they were concerned something like this might happen. He estimates their decision cost them thousands of dollars in business, but says it was worth it.
We want to come across as a business that's family oriented, you're not afraid to take your kids to, and I think it kind of groups us in with that whenever these car shows take over our parking lot.
He says he doesn't worry about the crowds at the rod runs and other events that regularly leave Pigeon Forge swamped. He says Slammed Enough brings in younger people on average, which might be all that's needed for something like this to happen.
If they come back, it's not like this is going to be the worst thing ever, but people just need to be more calm.
Goins and his team want leaders to consider changing the venue to a less central location, but they still want to help those people have everything they need. Pigeon Forge investigators say they are aware of someone who says they were stabbed last night. They say it was a minor wound and did not happen at Jimmy's. The person did not want to be transported to the hospital. Shay.
All right, Avery, thanks for all of that.
Okay, so that's what happened in Pigeon Forge over the weekend. Grace, we may have to take a trip up there and just do a fun show on my live from my phone or something and video maybe a safe place. Hello, Rusty Pipes. That's a cute name. Come on in. We're about to finish up, guys. There was just so much going on in Pigeon Forge. Yeah, a lot. I appreciate you guys being here. I love y'all. Please hit that like, thumbs up, the share button. I appreciate you being here. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a show about summer. We're going to talk about one individual interview that Dawn had, okay? And that interview told me a lot, actually, in my opinion, allegedly. Only made it actually through 50 minutes of it. It was kind of hard, to be honest, because the way he was talking and everything. But I do want to talk about summer tomorrow. I love you guys. Love you, Rhonda. Thank you, mods, chats. Thank you in the chat. We are going to get monetized and have those memberships soon and have our drawing. Love you guys. I really do appreciate everything you do. The best thing you could do for me is hit the like button so that way my watch time and watch hours goes up. Thank you for all of everyone that's new that came in. This was a great chat. Love you guys, and I want you to have a great day.